Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. I am Adeola. It's Daisy once again. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and if you're on YouTube, then subscribe. I'm so glad to have you back on this channel. Let's go. First of all, how are you coping with your daily lifestyle? How are you coping with your daily life? Are you a competitive person? There are some people that are silently competitive. And you know what? The most important thing is being able to select between the positive ones and the negative ones. Because a lot of people don't even know that there is something like that. You know, competition is like a rivalry, of course, where two parties share common goals or interests they may not be able to share with each other, which may lead to another person's gain or another person's loss. Yes. But the most important thing is differentiating between the positive ones and the negative ones. The positive competition is a very healthy competition, while the negative ones is the unhealthy competition. Now, let's take for example, if you are like naturally we are inclined to be competitive. Naturally, we are inclined to be competitive at a certain stage in our lives. Like people can motivate you to be competitive, you can motivate yourself to be competitive, and you can actually be naturally competitive. But the most important thing is how do you apply this thing into your daily lifestyle? There are some people that they can't tell the difference. They can't tell how it can negatively affect them. So I like to talk about the negative ones. For example, in your relationship, in your family, at your workplace, if you happen to find yourself manifesting these traits, please be careful. A negative competition is impacted and it's always motivated by fear, anxiety, doubt, measuring yourself or comparing yourself to other people. Yes, it's more like a psychological insecurity. You always want to win, and because the moment you win in your own mind, you think you're better than, and the moment you lose, you feel like you're inferior. So the result or the outcome is your concern. It's not like you're trying to achieve a common goal with anybody, or you're trying to be better at what you do, or you're trying to improve yourself, or you're trying to be anything. So it's more like it creates jealousy, anger, because this whole competition thing is normally judged or observed through the kind of emotions surrounding it. So if it's a negative emotion, then the normal competitive person who thinks that she's striving or he is striving for something will spend most of their time being afraid, being worried, and having all this uncomfortable feeling. And the moment they win, then they think that they are ahead of someone and they're high, the other person is low, then it becomes an accomplishment. No, that is not the right way to compete wherever you find yourself. For example, in relationships, there are trespassers who believe that the moment one of the party is not doing well or treating the other person well, they are supposed to barge in. They're supposed to, try to get into their private space and take over. This kind of people or the kind of person who feels or thinks this way is into a negative competition. They try to assume they're better than the other person, and they, in their own minds, they've seen the strength and the weaknesses of one of the parties or both of them. So they take advantage of this situation, and that is not really a nice thing or a nice move to cut into other people's boundaries and to try to rule over or to run their situation or their private life for them. And as a matter of fact, if one of the parties is not comfortable with the relationship, I think they can actually speak for themselves or get out of it at a certain point where they find it really detrimental to them. So that is one thing about negative competition. Then the positive competition is the situation where you not only motivate yourself, but you motivate other people around you. You help them to carry on their lives too positively. Okay, for example, let me say metaphorically, you have a race in life, because at the point, life looks like a race. So you find your colleagues doing fine and you are also doing fine, but maybe one of you is not doing well enough, or both of you, you're not really pushing hard enough. So one thing you do is to motivate each other, even though you're striving for a common goal. Now, let's talk about maybe you're racing on a field, physical race, running. And the most important thing both of you need to understand is you're trying to stay fit and healthy, even though you try to make it a competition to run. So the most important thing is life is not a competition. See life as something that you have to live through, but you have to make sure that whenever you are living through this life, you have to carry other people along. So you don't necessarily have to be all about using the outcome of what you're trying to achieve as a measure of your own value or of their own value or of other people's value. So there are some traits. So the results or the benefits of a positive competition, number one is it sparks productivity, it increases efficiency, speed, it increases effort, it increases a positive outlook of things, and it helps you to motivate yourself and to motivate other people. So if you're a competitive person in your workplace, in your relationship, and there are so many situations that people put out all kinds of attitude like that, and you're not even loud about it, but other people can easily notice you. And even though you think nobody is watching, just make sure that you are involved in a healthy, positive competition. You don't have to compete against people negatively. Improve yourself, improve other people around you, achieve common goals, and life can never be better. And at the end of the day, you'll be so happy and feeling fulfilled. Till I see you again, have a wonderful day today. Bye.